Happy Wednesday! Welcome to this week's Great British live stream. Hey Cobalt Skies, yes, it's the A350. For those of you who are new, my name is TJ and I stream UK domestic flights every Wednesday and Friday at 1 PM UTC. Today we're flying from Gibraltar, a British overseas territory, and we're flying to Madeira, which is known for its tough crosswind landings and a runway that extends over the sea. So we have a lot of buttons to press before we can start, so let's begin. Okay, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get all our batteries and electrical power on here. There we go, lovely. We'll pop down to our flight bag down here. We've got our electronic flight bag. We'll go ground services, ground equipment. We're going to switch everything on here. So we need all our ground equipment to fuel the aircraft, give us power, and yeah, technically this is a UK international flight. It is. It is indeed. It's still technically a British flight though, so you know, it's all good. Okay, let's grab our doors and hatches tab and we'll go load config. So if we take a quick look at the aircraft now, there we go, we can see all of our ground equipment on the plane. It's pretty cool. The cockpit off the org. What do you mean? This is the Flightfactor with the default cockpit, but yeah, it's got a British Airways cabin as well. Okay, so we've got it in load config. So we're going to go to the airplane drop down and we'll get the fuel tab ready here. Next, we're going to pop up here, get the generators for bus ties, all of those going. Lovely. Switch these knobs over to normal and auto packs, hot air. Happy days. There are so many switches to press on this aircraft. Vents, ground hydraulics. This row here, we've got to air condition our cargo, so we'll set the temperatures to about sort of the middle there. Lovely. Don't need the cargo heater on. The fuel panel here, we're going to switch all of our fuel pumps on right there. Going to switch all of the nice cabin stuff on. Up here, get out of Deers over to nav, and nav. Excellent. Got to switch switch on the evac row. Switch the crew supply oxygen on. Gonna get the cabin altitude to auto and cabin pressure. Stack of cockpits for this on the org, sorting the colours. Ah, fair dues. Fair enough, man. Yeah, you'll see it once we go outside. Once we go outside, you'll see things a little bit better, hopefully. Let's get our probe and window heat on. Let's get our lights. What do we need down here? Wing lights, compass, seat belts, no smoking, and emergency exit lights. Lovely. Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day today, Cobalt. It really is. Let's get the console lights on here. Okay, so we're going to go for the light fuel option. I'm going to put in 15565 into there. Lovely. We'll implement that. So we've loaded our fuel. Go to passengers. We'll go for a medium passenger loading, and we can just implement that. That's our fuel loaded. That's our passengers loaded. We can get our cabin lighting all the way up. Otherwise, the guy will just shout at us. So let's see if we have any ATC online. I very much doubt it. VATSIM has been very quiet recently. Nope, nothing. Cool, that's fine. We'll get Squawk Box off there. Okay, so we need to pop down to our radio stack. We need to set the volumes of our radio knobs here and switch some of them on. Some of them can stay off. That one, we want this one, this one, this one, so we can hear the guy in the cabin. Cool. And the ones we want to switch on will be VHF 1 and all of our interior sounds as well. Lovely, there we go. Okay, so we can start some cabin announcements, so we'll get these going. Welcome on board, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain
there we go.
Like
so let's get our cabin and cockpit temperatures dialed in right there. Fantastic. And hydraulic pumps can come on. There we go. So we'll pop down to the FMC here. Going to go to init. We are British Airways Speedbird 1103. We're flying from Gibraltar and we are flying to Madeira. Lovely, happy days. We can go to IRS, align the IRS. We can start those. Go back to our init page. Going to load the route. So in the A350, to get your SIDs and stars, you have to load a company route. So we're going from LXGB 27 to LPMA 05. We'll apply that one. Lovely. So that's our route in there. I'm going to go to our flight plan, and we'll set our departure runway. Departure runway is 27. There we go. And our arrival runway all the way down here will be 05. Lovely. Let's go back to our flight plan. There we go. Back to init. Cruising altitude is flight level 400. That's 40,000 feet and cost index of 15. Excellent. So I think that is everything there. So we'll get our weather and our transponder switched on. Let's pop over here to our EFB again. Go to ground and close all the doors and hatches now, guys. And we can untick all of our ground equipment on this side. Don't need the cleaning truck, anything like that. Okay, we can get our APU master switch and start on. So we're just going to wait for the APU to start up. So with Gibraltar, we've got like photo scenery sort of just outside the airport, and we've got photo scenery for Madeira. But the thing is with Gibraltar, the default scenery actually looks better than the ortho scenery, and it looks much better than the zone photo scenery as well. So we've gone with default here at Gibraltar, but it all looks really good. You've even got that road just in the corner there going across the runway. Okay, APU is available, so we'll go APU bleed, APU gem, external power off first of all, and then we can disconnect our ground power here. Lovely. So we'll pop down to our control units, go to the surveillance tab. Our sport code is going to be set to 1103. Going to get the boxes over here to auto. There we go. I've also got like a little sport plugin in the corner. Just make sure that's set to mode C as well. Altitude reporting to auto, TCAS, TARA and norm, transponder to auto, and all of our terrain awareness can go on there. Awesome. Let's go down to our perf page. Excellent, we've got our V-speeds in here. We're going to select the flex of 45. Excellent. Main panel, anti-skids goes on. I'm also going to make sure the IRS is aligned, so we'll just force align that in our EFB. Lovely, guys. So now let's get our pushback truck. So we'll go better pushback, start pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
That will do nicely. I would like to go there.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
There we go. So once our tow has driven up, guys, once our tow is driven up, we can start our pushback. And there we go. So once, it's a fairly short taxi, but once we take off, once we are in the sky properly, I'll talk about the aircraft itself. I'll talk about Flightfactor's implementation of the aircraft as well. There's obviously a couple of bits. It's a really good plane, but there's a couple of bits which I believe they are still working on. So we're going to talk about that once we get into the air. The flight time today should be about 1 hour 40. So that's pretty much 20 minutes either side to ascend and descend and approach. Maybe half an hour for approach. So about 50 minutes to an hour in the skies.
Ready to connect.
Excellent. He is connecting. This is good. So I was going to do this flight both ways. I was going to do Gibraltar to Madeira and then Madeira to Gibraltar. But the Gibraltar approach really isn't that interesting. Like, you see the rock and that's literally it. So yeah, we're going to skip the return flight today. Also, the route is almost entirely water, so there is really not a lot to see. So yeah, we are doing this a one-way flight today. Total stream time should be about a couple of hours, I would say, today. There we go. As our tow connects here, lovely. Let's watch him raise the nose. And there we go. It's been inserted. Release parking brake. Parking brake released.
starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And we may start engines. Cool, so we'll go engine start, engine 2. There we go. We can watch the engine start up just here, which is on that side. There we go. So watch our engine 2 come alive, then we can switch engine 1 on. As much as I like the airliners, I think every streamer does airliners, so I'm still going to show you guys airliners sort of as and when I collect them, but you know, there's only so many times you can watch the startup process of the same plane. So we're going to do a lot of general aviation stuff, I think, across the UK. That's sort of our main UK regional flights. We're going to do a lot of that stuff in the future, guys. Okay, so I'd say that's engine 2, engine 1. There we go. Engine 1 should start to come alive here now, as we push back off the stand. Lovely. So like I say, a very short taxi here today at Gibraltar, as we are right next to the runway. I hope that you can see a little bit better at the moment, guys, especially if you're watching this outside. There we go, that is engine 1 coming alive right there. Happy days. Let's just check. Yeah, that's all good. So I keep pressing 4 instead of 6. There we go. Engines 2 normal. Fantastic. So guys, here we go. Engine bleeds on and on. APU can go off. Oops, keep that on. Get rid of those. There we go. Let's get our anti-ice across to auto. I'm going to set the flaps, which is 2. I'm going to get our auto brake over too high. Going to test our takeoff config. It should be absolutely fine. Set our cruising altitude on the control panel of 40,000 feet. 728, 36, 39, 789, 40,000 feet. Fantastic. Altimeter today at Gibraltar. We'll need to get this dialed in on both sides. So that's Madeira. This is Gibraltar. Altimeter is 104567, 1017, and 4567. Oh, I don't know why, but this aircraft tends to
Operation complete.
Run away.
Parking brake.
When you change the altimeter. There we go. Parking brake on.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's go 1017 on both altimeters. 87. Don't you dare. There we go. Lovely. Okay, we'll get this over to arc mode, one about 20 miles out. There we go. Get our terrain and airport. Fantastic. The other thing I'm going to do here is we'll pop down to the FMC, pop our flight bag down to the middle, and we'll have our flight plan here on our left-hand display. Okay, here we go, guys. So what we can do is, got our perf page there, we'll get our cabin announcements going. So on our safety demonstration. Lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate.
There we go. Truck is just disconnecting.
Bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see.
Look at the size of this plane. Look at the size of this aircraft here. It's massive. Hey Andre, welcome man. How you doing? We've just started up the A350. Really glad you could join me on a Wednesday, dude. So I said that I was going to start streaming twice a week. Keeping the Friday, but adding another day. I've brought that forward a little bit, so we're doing twice weekly from now on. Anyway, let's get to this runway here, guys. There we go. Get our VS on. Lovely. Just so I know roughly where I am. So we are ready to go. Yeah, no worries, Andre. No worries, man. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can watch it on catch up. Drop us a like, and it's all good, man. Not a problem at all. Maybe you can stay long enough for the takeoff. Who knows? Okay, so what's really cool about the Airbus is you can see our climb profile, sort of our VNAV profile on the flight display as well, which is really handy for knowing if you're going to miss the scenery, miss the terrain. Okay, here we are.
If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance,
Just get her up to the runway here. Doesn't seem to be anyone on final. Awesome, Andre, you'll see the takeoff. Sweet. Okay, we can get rid of that. We know where the runway is. Here we go. With the announcements on this, they're quite robotic. But you can like record over them. So I might record over the announcements. Get my own announcements on there for this plane.
Runway 27.
Okay, guys, on runway 27. How's our heading looking? Roughly right. Lovely. Here we go, guys. Throttles to flex. There we are. Let's make sure our heading is good. Safety announcements are still going, but whatever. It's fine. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Winds are not too bad. It's fairly sensible here, really. Okay. V1. Rotate. There we go. Gear up. Let's get this autopilot going, guys. There we go. So we'll take a look out the window as we leave. Get this over to our flight plan so we know where we are. Awesome. Just got to watch for the left here when it asks us to put our throttles to climb. We can roll off the flaps as well, actually. Can roll off one set of flaps. Just got to roll off the next once we hit 160 knots. There we go. Levers to climb, guys. Just going to stick with this view for now until we've got our flaps up. The one thing I can do is arm the spoilers and set the auto brake for landing. Okay. And there we go. Flaps up, guys. Flaps up. And we are off as we leave Gibraltar. There it is. Farewell. We've got a lot of ocean, a lot of clouds to see, no doubt. And we are on our way. We are on our way to Madeira. What's the weather like at Madeira? Currently, let's take a look. The winds at Madeira, 5 knots from the south-southeast. It shouldn't be too bad, actually. That should be okay. I love the A350, Andre. I really do. You'll see some of the startup process. Andre, I tell you what we'll do. Once we pass 5,000 feet, we'll do a quick cabin tour. So you won't miss the cabin tour. We'll do the quick cabin tour here. It's an absolutely beautiful aircraft, though. I mean, look at this. Look at these systems. It's the size of it as well. The flight deck is so wide. It's the width of the aircraft. And when we get to the cabin, you'll see just how wide this aircraft is. All right, guys. There we go. We'll do the we'll set our climb announcement going, which is up here. There we go. And we'll take a wander through. Take a wander through to the cabin, guys. There we go. Let's get the door open. Look at that. British Airways. Close the door behind us, guys. Just that way. Okay. Let's take a wander through the Airbus A350 in BA colours, guys.
Altimeter setting.
Altimeter setting is fine. Shut up. Right. Okay. So the people freak me out slightly, but I love the detail of the cabin. I especially love this livery because it even comes with the BA in-flight entertainment system as well. So the detail of the interior and detail of this livery is pretty fantastic. Check out the bar. It has a bar. How amazing is that? This is our premium economy seating here. Andre, you're in business class, man. Cobalt Skies, you're a regular. You sit here. You sit in our premium economy. And this is for... I doubt we've got enough people watching to fill the seats at the moment. But who knows, maybe one day. Maybe one day, as I stream more often and as we maybe grow this, maybe one day we'll get enough people to fill the Airbus A350, guys. So there we go. That's the full cabin there. We even have, if we take a wander through here, We even have a full kitchen, like a full galley at the back, which is absolutely awesome. So guys, the coolest thing about this cabin is, what's up these stairs? So we think, oh, maybe it's just a cupboard, but if we look, it shows you just how detailed the modelling is. We have a fully modelled crew rest area at the back of this plane here. It's so detailed that if you want, you can even lie down, you can even sit in the beds. So this is the crew rest for our cabin crew here. And just the detail of this plane is incredible. I did ask if the 777, if the Flightfactor 777 has the same thing, but it doesn't. Sadly, I think the A350 is the only one with the crew rest. Possibly the 767 might have it, but the 777 doesn't, which kind of sucks. So, gonna wander through here. Gonna keep wandering back through here to the flight deck, guys, because there is one more thing I want to show you on this plane. Also, if we just check out these seats quickly, the guy who does the liveries has changed all the magazines. So the magazine has the BA logo on it, which is some absolutely mad attention to detail. But if we see, if you just see the sheer width of this aircraft, I mean, I can't believe that this thing flies and lands as well as it does. The size of those engines, you really get an idea. You really get an idea of the scale of this plane. Sorry, love. There we go. The scale of this plane when you take a wander through the cabin. So as we wander back through business class, we'll wave at ANDREI. We'll pretend that's ANDREI. There we go. Hey, ANDREI. We'll wander back through here. I'm gonna go this side actually before we go back to the flight deck here, because, as you might have guessed, the pilots have a separate crew rest area to the cabin crew with a little jump seat, and that is also modelled. So there we go. Our backup crew also has a beautifully modelled crew rest, fully modelled crew rest area in this plane, which is crazy, absolutely brilliant. So there we go, guys. That is the Flightfactor A350. Now we can open this door again. I have a plane to fly. I love coming through from a cabin into the flight deck. That's I think it's amazing that you can just walk through the whole thing. There we go, door closed. Let's take my seat. How about that, guys? How about that for attention to detail there in a payware aircraft? People moan about the SIDS and stars on this plane, but like that's really not a problem because you just load a flight plan, just like you load a company route in real life. So yeah, I mean the detail and the systems on this plane are just incredible. It's easily the most detailed aircraft I own. I think the I might pick up the 767. Alright, take care, ANDREI. Thank you so much for tuning in while you could, man. I hope you enjoyed the cabin tour. Take care, good luck with the exam results, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, man. So there we go, as we continue to climb through the clouds in our beautifully modelled Flightfactor 350. We'll stick with this view for a little bit as we leave land, and then we will we'll take in an outside view for some of the crews. I think just an awesome aircraft, it really is. I do want the 777, but maybe when it's on sale. What's weird is that I kind of want the A380, the Hager A380. I know it's not the most detailed aircraft and it is incredibly overpriced. I mean, if it was a default aircraft, it would be amazing. It is very, very overpriced, but it sort of has the basics. You can still do the startup procedure. You can still load in a company route, so you can fly it. You know, it still auto lands. You can fly it like a real life, like a real life A380. So I think if it was $20, I would probably pick it up. I think it's something stupid like $40–50. not a chance unless it's in a sale. But it doesn't look like the worst plane in the world, and if you really want an A380, then I'll probably get it at some point if it's cheap enough. So the real A350, which we're flying, the real A350 is pretty much the most modern airliner in the skies today. Just like the 787, it competes with. It's a carbon fibre body. It's a carbon fibre airliner. Really modern materials, but because it's Airbus, I feel like maybe the avionics are slightly ahead of the Boeings. It's got the A380's sort of avionics in it. It's got those amazing 15-inch touchscreens in the cabin. So yeah, it's a really high-tech aircraft. The cabin is great. It's everything a modern plane should be. I do wish there was a 787 for X-plane, but such is life. So there we go. This is the Flightfactor A350. Welcome aboard and enjoy the flight, guys. So once we're at the moment we are at about 30,000 feet. Got another 10,000 to climb to, so that should be in 5 minutes. We'll hit our cruising altitude. Once we hit our cruising altitude, just like every Airbus, we'll have to program in our descent information. So we'll get that in once we hit our top of climb. It's a fairly cloudy day today, but it's not too bad really. Conditions seem fairly mild everywhere. Are mild conditions good? Do you want mild conditions on approach to Gibraltar? No, to Madeira? Surely you want something a little bit more lively, who knows? But guys, if you like what you're seeing, please do like the stream, and then YouTube will reward me with more wonderful people like yourselves. If you want to see more of this, please hit subscribe. If you hit subscribe, a little notification pops up in the corner of the screen. We didn't have the greatest couple of weeks streaming recently with YouTube really punished me for leaving more than a week between streams, and Streamlabs crashed last week. It's been a been a bit of a dip, but yeah, we've gone to twice a week, and we're hoping to kind of sort of recover the audience, the audience I was seeing, and continue to grow the stream. So it would be amazing to get more viewers, grow the stream, and share some flights and share some planes with you guys. Streaming ain't easy, especially flight sim streaming. Maybe I should just play Fortnite and who knows. It's all good fun. I love it. So, are we 33,000 feet? Cool. Okay, climbing continuing. Happy days. Yeah, so I don't know when the V2 of this aircraft is coming out. Apparently they are working on it. I think the Tolis guy is working on it with Flightfactor, and I think Emma Bentley from Flightfactor is also working on it. So it will be good. It will be good to see the version 2 of this aircraft. Given the state it's currently in, like it's still a really good plane at the moment. I think it will be amazing once. Let's pop that down a bit. There we go. I think it would be amazing once V2 comes out. It should be the best X-plane payware aircraft around, hopefully. There we go. I'll pop back to the flight deck. There is one more really cool thing that I want to show off but I want to show off in this plane once we hit our cruise as well. There are so many buttons to press and so many things to show off, so there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see in this plane. It really is. Just pop our view. There we go. Amazing. Over to there so we can see a little bit more of the flight deck. So if you've just joined us, we have left Gibraltar. We are going up to our cruising altitude of 40,000 feet, and we are heading over to Madeira for hopefully a nice crosswind landing. Hopefully a nice landing either way. So the next flights we have coming up are we're doing a lot, like I said, we're going to do a lot of general aviation in the UK, because airliner streams are so common on YouTube. We're going to do some general aviation streams, some nice propeller stuff around the UK, because you can get a lot closer to the scenery, to the mountains. Should be quite good fun. We are I've been learning some helicopters, so we're going to pick up some helicopter flights as well. Looking forward to those. Helicopters are completely different to planes and incredibly difficult to fly. So if you want to see me crash a helicopter, tune in a couple of weeks' time. We've got the Sega Airline Pilot stream coming up. So that's the Sega Airline Pilot arcade game. You fly a Japan Airlines 777. So we are going to be... Hey, FP Stewie! That was sound from your mic. What sound, Stewie? What sounds can you hear? Yeah, so we've got the headset mic. Yeah, my speech is the headset mic. But of course the audio of the plane and the music and everything, that's all sort of X-Plane and Streamlabs, of course. Oh, awesome, man. So yeah, it's weird, right? So this headset was £15, so about $20, about $20 headset, and yeah, it was like a really cheap one off Amazon, but it sounds really good to listen to, and the speech with software noise cancellation applied. Just in Windows, the speech is really clear. So I'm really impressed. Apparently, if you plug it in, like if you plug it into a USB port or something, it lights up. But it is, after all, like a Chinese generic headset. So I don't want to plug anything Chinese generic into my USB ports, because there's been all kinds of stories about infected flash drives and infected USB devices. So yeah, I'm keeping the lights off. But I've got it plugs in two separate 3.5mm inputs, just the pink and the green ones, into the front of the PC. So yeah, it's a really sweet headset, actually. It's a really sweet headset. Tell you what, if you want the link, if you jump onto, I kind of use like my Discord as a messaging service. So if you jump onto the Discord, which Nightbot should give you a link to in a minute. If you jump onto the Discord, you should and say hello. I'll give you a link to the product page for the headset, because I don't have it to hand at the moment. There we go, lovely. So yeah, jump on the Discord if you want a link to the headset, and just ask for it, man, and I'll send one across. Okay, so we're at our top of climb here. What do we need to do? We need to set our final descent altitude in our control panel. Final descent is 3,900 today. Cool. So we'll pop that in here, 3,900. I like the how easy it is to set the altimeter on this as well. There's no sort of messing about with the 100 and 1000 settings. 3900, lovely. Going to do our perf for approach here. So the winds at Madeira are from south-southeast, so 150 at 5 knots. Outside air temperature at Madeira is 21 degrees, toasty. QNH at Madeira 1022. There we go, so that's our QNH wind and air temperature programmed in. Should probably get these seatbelt signs off. We'll pop down here and we'll do our level off announcement. There we are, lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign.
FP Stewie, have you seen the cabin of this aircraft yet? Were you here when we did the cabin tour? I'll do another one later on. If you missed the cabin tour, this aircraft has a fully modelled cabin, man. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you saw it, but if not, you'll get to see it again. It's a beautiful, beautiful cabin model on this plane. Okay, there we go, guys. Cruising altitude. Happy, happy days. So let's take a look at this plane from the outside. Now we are cruising. Can almost hear the British Airways sort of music as we're cruising along in this plane here now. Absolutely stunning. Super detailed. Super detailed and stunning to look at as well. Look at that. Lovely. About there. Cool. So 40,000 feet across the ocean at about 410 knots. Fantastic. We are flying on VATSIM. There's not a lot of traffic around, but we will cruise over the ocean to Madeira, where we will make our approach. So the way we fly this A350, like I said, you load in a company route for your flight plan, like you saw. The company routes you can just generate and download on SimBrief. You can not only generate and download it on SimBrief, but you can also file it on VATSIM on SimBrief. So that's what I've done, just so my VATSIM filing matches the route I'm actually going to fly. So we planned, pre-filed, and downloaded the company route file from SimBrief for this flight. We've got our Gibraltar doesn't have SIDS, it doesn't have standard instrument departures, but it does. Madeira has stars. Madeira has instrument approaches, so it's got our star programmed in for our approach into Madeira. So the star doesn't actually take you to the runway. The aircraft at the moment doesn't generate the route from the final point of the star to the runway, but you know that's not unrealistic, because in a real aircraft what you generally do is you fly the star and then you get vectored to final, or you sort of self-vector to final. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got our star programmed in for Madeira, and then we're going to fly vectors to final, to runway 05. So that is our plan. So now we're cruising. That one really cool thing that I wanted to show off in this plane. We pop down to here. We have a video switch, and what that will show us is CCTV from our cabin. So on the real A350, it shows a view from the tail of the aircraft, but you know, it isn't like a completely finished feature on this plane yet, the video mode, but it still has a video mode, and it shows you the live feed of our fully modelled cabin down there. Let's see if we can just zoom in on this cabin feed as well. There we go, lovely. So that's pretty cool. You get a video mode on your control panel. If you press more, the video modes. Can I get more? No, it's not working. Fine, whatever. There is a way somewhere. To get a video or like an Easter egg of one of the developers on here. Let's see if we can go video more. I managed to unlock it once, Let's see if it'll do it again. No, it's just for cabin feed. Whatever. There is an Easter egg on this plane where in video mode you can get like an Easter egg picture of one of the developers on the video screen. Hopefully in version 2 of this plane they will add the ability to have that tail camera so you can see outside the aircraft. I'd imagine with it being Flightfactor they will probably do it quite well. They'll do it quite well too. So I'll pop my flight plan back up here. We're descending shortly after the... Did I say 40? No, yeah, that's fine. We're good. Ignore me. So yeah, we are descending just after this waypoint here, north 33, west 14, and that will give us 15 minutes to descend. Cool. Happy days. Descent should be in about 50 minutes time, perhaps a little bit sooner because we're making quite good time here. So there we go. That's the is that the moon? It's the moon. Awesome. So that's the cool features of the Flightfactor A350 for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If there are any questions, I don't know how many people are watching, but if there are any questions, just pop them into the chat, say hello, and join the flight. Again, if you're liking the stream, if you want to see more, drop a like, hit subscribe. That would be amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Can't believe how it looks like you're. It always looks like you are barely moving when you're this high up in the sky. We are doing 410 knots still, and it looks like pretty much looks like we're standing still, which is crazy. There we go. Ian Sullivan, thank you so much for the subscription. It is very much appreciated. I do hope you are enjoying. I do hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much, man. There will be more where this came from every Wednesday and Friday at 1 PM UTC. So that is currently 2 PM British time. Ian, if you've got any questions, drop them in chat and I'll answer them, man. Again, if you want to know what's coming up, a lot of general aviation, a lot of UK flights, some cool airplane themed video games, all of that good stuff, and some helicopters to come in the next few weeks. If you want to look back through the videos we've done, we did a long haul in the SR-71 Blackbird from the UK, from Duxford in the UK, and we flew back to Canada. It took us about 2 hours. We flew an A319, we flew an Airbus from Lukla in the Himalayas, which was mad. We fell off the runway, but we made it. What else have we done? We've crashed a plane at North Wales. We've crashed an Airbus at North Wales, and we've done an auto land into London City. Very hard auto land into London City. I might go back there and do a better manual landing at some point as well. Done a lot of good stuff so far, and we're going to continue to do some interesting things as well. I don't know why, but BA planes, they always have. Can we rotate around and see it? They always have the Royal Mail logo on the back of the plane. I'm not sure. Maybe do they ship parcels and that kind of thing as well? There it is. I'm not sure if BA transport parcels as part of their cargo. Not really sure what that's about, but yeah, I always found that slightly strange on BA aircraft. Oh, look at that. That's worthy of a screenshot. I mean, if you had to draw an aeroplane, like if you were a kid and somebody said draw an aeroplane, you would draw that. It's the Airbuses always look more like the sort of the traditional idea of a plane that everyone has in their head when they're a kid. Maybe that's why I like them. It looks like the planes I used to draw when I was 5 years old. Who knows? We do have Nightbot in the stream, but he's being incredibly lazy today. We do have Nightbot in the stream. At some point he should post a list of commands that you can use to track the flight. But I'm going to pop the links up now for you. Come on, Nightbot, do your job. There we go, guys. If you want to track the flight, search for that flight number on VATSIM. Lovely. I don't know why my Nightbot is much lazier than everybody else's, but whatever. There we go. So if you track us on VATSIM, you can see the aircraft's progress on a map, just as you'd track a real flight on FlightAware. I also managed to get rid of the sort of that ugly X-plane smoke at the back of the aircraft. I've changed it for a much lighter version. So that was thanks to one of my subscribers, Aidan, pointed out. In fact, Aidan is responsible for why my stream looks as good as it does in places. He pointed out you can get new smoke textures and replace the ugly smoke textures, and also the runways. He provided the link to the runways, so the runways now look amazing. Where is GMME? There is traffic at GMME apparently. Let's take a look here. Morocco. That is traffic at a Moroccan airport. Of course, we're not that far. Gibraltar is sort of at the bottom of Spain, and then we've got some ocean, got Madeira just off to the left, and then not too far below that you've got the north coast of the African continent. So yeah, Moroccan air traffic, not bad for a UK flight. Got 400 miles left. Sweet. We are eating up the miles, guys. We are eating up those miles right now. Let's pop back to the wings, get some peace and quiet, listen to the music, and get some nice views of the wings as well. I think this is sort of why I want to do a lot of general aviation flights. because, you know, clouds, I love flying airliners, I love the systems of airliners, but you see a lot of clouds. you essentially see nothing but clouds for most of your flights. So general aviation, I think, is probably going to be the main focus of this channel from now on. We will, of course, fly airliners still, fly new airliners, fly different airliners, and we'll be back in the Airbuses at some point for sure. It's kind of peaceful though. This is sort of why I started flying Flight Sim. This is why I picked up Flight Sim again. It's not only the sort of a learning curve of learning the new planes and learning the systems, it's also just kind of a piece of cruising at 40,000 feet and just watching the world go by as your plane sort of flies itself to the destination. That's pretty cool. You know, the reason I stream it is to, you know, teach other people how to fly these planes, how to work these systems, and, you know, sort of show them, you know, we're flying planes, so that's really cool. Show them some of the scenery you can see, how to fly a plane, and maybe sort of inspire people to take up Flight Sim. Who knows? Who knows? We will see. Okay, so one more cabin tour, I think, for those of you who haven't seen it. We'll do a much quicker cabin tour this time, just sort of show the highlights. This is the second and last cabin tour we are doing of this flight, in case you were not there. You were not there at the start, about 30-40 minutes or so ago. So obviously we have in the Airbus and our fully modelled cockpit with our amazing flight management computer that does everything from takeoff to approach, our flight plan in here, and you can even, if it will let us do it, I'm not sure if it will let us do it. Yeah, you can step through the flight plan on our nav display as well. There we go. So if you don't know where you're going and you can step through a flight plan, you can see where you're going to be going, which is very cool. Got our entire flight plan just down here. Got checklists. There's all kinds of checklists if you need them for the aircraft. We've got our crew announcements. We've got our electronic flight bag for setting the plane up, and shows you how much fuel to put in, where our passengers are sat. You can load in charts if you want. We've also got our cabin announcements, a full suite of cabin announcements. So let's serve the passengers some drinks and a light meal. There we go. Of course, we've got the same thing on the other side. Oh, there is also a manual on our flight bag. So there's an entire Airbus manual, which is crazy, on that flight bag in the middle there. So many buttons to press in this. I love it so much. Apparently it's modelled on a real Airbus manual. You can see here some of the diagrams. What's the most interesting system here? Probably a fly-by-wire. So we get some nice diagrams of the plane and how it works, which is very cool. So we've got all of the computer systems you could possibly want. I'm just going to pop this back to cabin announcements. Also, the onboard entertainment has now started.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there we go.
We will now start our onboard entertainment program. For your comfort,
as you might expect, we've got our full. Hey, Cobalt. So did you see the cabin tour, Cobalt? Did you see the cabin tour? I was just about to do like another quick one. I was just showing off some of the systems in the plane. So I showed off like some of the CCTV systems. We've obviously got our full suite of ICAS displays up here. So many systems on this plane. Obviously, full bank of overhead switches. I left my jacket over here. That's why I'm not wearing a jacket, guys. I've put my jacket just in the storage here. I mean, the 350 version 2 is just going to be incredible. I am so impressed with version 1. Like in terms of the systems, I'm so impressed with the version 1 and sort of the cabin detail and everything like that. But the version 2 should be absolutely spectacular. I will pay the whatever it's going to be, $20–30 upgrade fee. I will gladly pay that, man. It's going to be amazing. Sort of the most in-depth simulation of the world's most modern and high-tech airliner. I'm all over that. Okay, let's pop through here. We've got our BA cabin, just a very quick cabin tour here again, guys. Our second cabin tour and our last cabin tour of the days. Yeah, I thought Tolis were helping out with the V2. They're sorting out the you'll be able to program SIDS and stars in the FMS and that kind of thing, I'd imagine. But yeah, that's going to be amazing. Of course, you'll be digging in with your PBR stuff. I've seen some of your work on the Tolis actually, and like you've seen me fly a few of your liveries on the Tolis as well. One of your liveries at least. So yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever you produce for the 350, man. But even the I can't remember who did the textures for this Airbus, but I love the detail. Even down to the in-flight entertainment systems and that kind of thing. Quick stop through the kitchen. Pop up here. Pop up this ladder to the crew rest area. Room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's claustrophobic as hell. Six cabin crew in that very small space above the. I hope they fix that tiny hole in the mesh there. Above the luggage racks there. We'll pop back through the cabin to the flight deck. We'll take in the flight crew's rest area. Yeah, I love the detail on this plane. It's just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing plane. Little emergency exit signs. Do you know, Cobalt, if they're doing anything to the cabin? Are they making any changes at all to the cabin for the V2? I don't think they need to. Maybe 4K textures and that kind of thing. Ooh, we'll quickly pop back up this ladder. Jump seat. Crew rest for 2 pilots. And a little communication system. There we go. And back to my seat. Hey. Close the door behind me. Lovely. Okay, there we go. Second and last cabin tour of the day. I just really wanted to show this off. Yeah, systems and sounds, that's cool, man. Like I say, the cabin is absolutely good enough. Yeah, systems and sounds, I can understand that. The sounds, I don't know, I don't really care because the engines are so quiet. You can barely hear the engines from a flight deck anyway. But yeah, the systems, like I say, it's pretty in-depth as it is, but the ability to program in SIDS and stars and vertical navigation from scratch instead of loading a company route, that would obviously be very helpful. But the way we do it currently is not unrealistic. You load in a company route, job done. But yeah, it will be very handy to get the ability to program your flight plan in the FMC itself. And the video, if they do the little video display, on the ICAS display as well, that'd be awesome. But yeah, very cool. Welcome to the Discords, Cobalt. Welcome to the Discord, man. I will. Yeah, it's just good to have if you need to send me anything, if you want to send me anything. Obviously, look, I'm this is why I've gone twice weekly. I'm hoping to get more people, grow this channel a little bit. Obey YouTube's instructions that you must. Cockpit you must stream frequently. So yeah, yeah, the Discord is a useful place to send anything. If you want, if you want to send me anything to put on the stream, liveries, that kind of stuff, send it across, man. I'll gladly fly it. It's all good. And there we go. There we go, guys. So back to the wings. Continue our cruise above the sea here. Sweet. The passengers have had their in-flight entertainment. They've had their meal. The announcements have gone out for that. It's all good. Passengers seem fairly happy. They look miserable as hell, but I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're happy back there. Cobalt, I hope you like your seat in premium economy. I hope you get a decent window view there. Oh look, you do. Look at this. This is a decent window view. Jesus, Nightbot has just woken up. Decided to spam everybody. Cheers. Jesus, Nightbot. Take it easy, man. So yeah, commands are there. If you want to know PC specs, plugins, want to know about the UK scenery, I've got that kind of thing. I keep it updated in case anybody wants to use it. The settings page, the settings command is quite interesting. It's a link to sort of a full list of lure tweaks and stuff I've got in the sim. Premium economy first is reserved for Flightfactor, and basic economy for the jar. Yeah, exactly. If aircraft were passengers. Yeah, at the moment I've got my my one donator. I mean, to get a donation of any kind at this stage, I mean, I've only been streaming like 7-8 weeks, right? To get a donation of any kind is amazing. But so my only donator, Andre, is currently sat in the front business class portion. We did walk past him and wave at him earlier. You're in premium economy as a regular subscriber, man. Regular viewer, it's much appreciated. And like I say, maybe one day we'll get enough viewers to fill the economy class seats in the Airbus as well. We will see. Yeah, the jar. I don't fly the jar aircraft. I almost bought the 330, but then I sort of came to my senses and I thought, well, really, it's just like a shit version of the Tolis 319. It's literally the same systems and everything, so whatever. I got the A350 because it has different systems. I wanted to learn something new. Yeah, I mean, people saying wait for V2. It's fine as it is, and V2 will be amazing. But yeah, I'm more than happy to. Some ugly ass tile down there, but I'm more than happy to pay for the A350 as it currently stands. Cobalt, have you ever flown the Hager A380? Think about that is the ugliest tile on job screen Earth. There we go. Yeah, exactly. V1 is really awesome, man. It's my go-to long hauler as well. So, okay, Cobalt, can you answer this for me, please? Because nobody else on the forums, or like even Peter Hager, just hasn't. Right. So, I have seen that you can obviously do the startup. You can do ground power, APU, just like a real Airbus. Right. Obviously, it doesn't have all the the temperature switches on the right-hand side and stuff. But you can do the basic startup procedure. Now, what I've seen is that you can use route select to load a company route. So just like you can in the 350, I've seen you can use route select to load in an FMS file, load a company route, and it will sort of fly that company route, sort of VNav and everything. Does that still apply in X-Plane 11? Does that functionality still work in X-Plane 11? Like you can load a route from an FMS and it will fly it? I just want to know, because I've seen a video of it working in X-Plane 10, but I just wanted to know if you can still do that in 11. Because I'd love to fly an A380. It's not worth $50, but I'd love to fly an A380. So it does still work, does it? Awesome, man. Yeah, I really want to pick it up. As weird as that sounds, I want an A380. I've heard the flight dynamics are fine. It's obviously got the Q-Pack fly-by-wire, so that'll be fine too. Take the Riviera. It doesn't have a custom FNC of any kind though, does it? I thought it doesn't have fly-by-wire either. I heard Hager's, for all its flaws, at least you've got you know, you've got something that looks like an Airbus FMC with the ability to load company routes, and you've got QPAC fly-by-wire. Does the Riviera have, you know, does it have like an Airbus style sort of FMGS and fly-by-wire? Because that's kind of a thing about an Airbus, isn't it? You want, you know, you want that fly-by-wire, and you want those systems. But yeah, I'd pick up the Hager if it was on sale. I think for sure. If it was $20 instead of $50. I don't know. All right. Yeah, I know Matt is. I know Matt's building an A380, which is going to be amazing study level. A couple of years away though, isn't it? Like 18 months away, 2 years away. Matt Davies, that's it. That's the guy. Yeah, that will be good. X-Plane does have fly-by-wire. Okay. Cool. Cool. If it uses X-Plane, if it has fly-by-wire, then fair enough. It will probably fly correctly. The stock FMGS, yeah. That's not too different to Hager's actually, is it? I mean, all Hager's is the stock FMGS with a route select button that looks a bit like an Airbus, but really, yeah, underneath it's like the X-Plane 6. FMC, isn't it? So, yeah. Cool. I'll tell you what I'll do, Cobalt. I'll download the Riviera. I'll download it, man, and hope your wallet will forgive you for the Hager. Yeah, I'm not buying it at $50. I'll try the Riviera, and you know, if I'm happy with it, if it feels like close enough to an Airbus, to an A380 for me, I'll stick with it. It's got a cabin as well, right? Another cabin. If it's got a cabin, that's probably enough for me. Yeah, you know, I don't download payware planes for free, but you know, with the Hager one, he's kind of encouraging people to do that, isn't he? By selling it at that price, I think. But no, yeah, if the Hager's on sale and for some reason the Riviera doesn't please me, I'll grab it for cheap. But thank you very much, Cobalt. I'll take the Riviera first and I'll fly it and I'll give it a go, man. I appreciate that. Really appreciate your help there. Like, you go on the forums for the Hager aircraft and it's absolutely dead. There is literally nobody there. There's like people complaining about it going, this sucks. But there's not really anybody there. And Peter Hager just doesn't answer his email for some reason. Maybe he's given up on it entirely. I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, why is that tile so ugly? Be gone. Jesus. Oh, it's haunting me. The heck. Yeah, so thank you, Cobalt. Thank you, man. I'll follow your recommendation, dude. I appreciate it. Cheers. Where can we go that will give us an interesting view without seeing that? Without seeing that bloody tile, man. Jesus. Let's wander over here. Let us wander over here. I know, yeah. Oh, why are you so ugly? It's a default tile as well, man. I haven't got like ortho for the seas. It's for some reason it's a default tile that's being a bit of an idiot. But there we go. Whatever, man. We're not looking at it. It doesn't exist. We'll look at the ocean instead. Got photo scenery for Madeira, and I've got custom airport scenery as well, which is probably the best freeware scenery I've ever seen. Yeah, it's weird, man, and maybe X-Plane just doesn't load it correctly. Something to do with draw distance, I'd imagine. I guess because I've got all kinds of lure tweaks, it probably doesn't help. But you know, I don't really see it that often. Like, that's the only time I've seen it, I think. So yeah, X-Plane is weird. X-Plane can be weird, man. The joys of OpenGL, innit? Got this GTX 1050 powerhouse graphics card, and I'm running an OpenGL application. It's because they insist on supporting Macs. I do wish it used DirectX. This thing is an absolute beast for DirectX stuff. I build games in Unreal Engine, and you know, in my Unreal Engine stuff, I get like 120 FPS in DirectX and OpenGL. I think at the moment we are hitting about 50-60 FPS consistently. Just a 1050, normal 1050, man. It's the I wanted it because not only because my X-Plane frame rates were disastrous, but also because it comes with the NV encoder, and obviously you need the encoder for streaming. Otherwise, your CPU just can't do it. I love the 1050. The price gap to the 1060 was a bit too much. The price gap to the 1060 was something like £200. Yeah, the 1050 does more than enough. Like I say, I'm consistently getting, I'd say, a minimum 40 FPS in X-Plane at these sort of nice detail settings, and some AA and stuff. 40 to 60 FPS in X-Plane, and crazy frame rates in absolutely anything else, man. So it's more than enough, dude. More than enough. I want to get 16 gig of RAM. Currently have 12. Really weird because it's a pre-built. But yeah, for 16 gig of, I want 16 gig of RAM. I've got 2 banks of 6, so like 2 slots of 6, which equals 12. That's a really odd configuration. So yeah, I want to get 16, but I have to replace both sticks, and that's going to cost hundreds of pounds. So not yet. RX 480, 8 gig. Yeah, Vulkan will help, definitely. For an R5 1400, force encoding on the CPU. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's a really weird config. I haven't really kept up to date with Radeon cards. I haven't had Radeon cards for years. Since the 9700s, I had a laptop with a 9700 in it. Ever since then, I've been Nvidia. I went like, my first one was GeForce 4 MX, not the good one, the MX. GeForce 4 MX. Then I went through the FX 5 and 6, 7 series. And yeah, now I've got the GTX 1050, which is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet, really. Yeah, it's that is not config. I've actually watched a few of your. I have watched a few of your videos, Cobalt. They are hilarious, man. The thing about FS Labs, Jesus Christ, they don't help themselves, do they? Like, I have FSX, right? I don't fly it, but I have FSX, and I kind of want a FS Labs Concorde, because it's like the only study level Concorde ever. I kind of want the FS Labs Concorde, but my scenery sucks for FSX. Like, you have to pay for photo scenery, and from what I've heard, FS Labs are kind of digging themselves a bit of a hole at the moment. So do I want to support them? Do I want to buy their Concorde and support them? I mean, look, right? Yeah, they're digging their own. They dig their own holes. Seriously, right? I feel like you're within your rights to say, like, what the hell are you doing, guys? I really feel like you're within your rights to say that. So they've, yeah, some of their DRM technology is just mind-boggling. If you know, anybody else who's watching, if you want to look it up, look it up. I'm not going to explain it because they'll probably ban me or something. But yeah, they're digging their own hole with that. They really are. Their own DRM systems, and to be honest, I think it's fair for people to call them out on it. It's, yeah, stupid. But yeah, I you know, by the same token, I would like their Concorde because it is good, right? They keep saying there's like a new version of the Concorde coming for P3D V4, but nah, I'll just buy the old FS Labs Concorde. We'll take, maybe that's an idea. We'll take the FS Labs Concorde out on a stream one day for something a bit different. We'll fly FSX for once. We'll take the Concorde out. That would be pretty cool. Have to relearn how FSX actually works, but it's a nice idea. It'd be a nice idea for sure. Yes, we are back. to gorgeous scenery there. Back to some beautiful clouds, some nice ocean to look at. Happy, happy days, guys. Yeah, same to be honest. I mean, the amount of refunds they've given, the amount of refunds they've had to give, must be fairly disastrous, right? So yeah, I think I'll pick up the Concorde at some point. Try it out. That's the only thing X-Plane is missing. Apart from a proper A380, which I know is coming, it is missing a good Concorde. I know there's a freeway Concorde, but I really want like a full-on study Concorde with SIVA, INS and everything. Because they were only refunding P3D V3, weren't they? They weren't refunding anybody who bought a plane for P3D V3. I can't remember the rationale, but yeah, I think because the installer didn't include the DRM, I guess. But yeah, I understand people are not happy. I also don't. Jeez, that's mad. If that's true, that's mad. Yeah. I also don't understand why they're getting so sort of uppity about people calling them out on it. Like people making videos about it and they're throwing their toys out the pram about it. I don't really understand that. People are just literally saying what happened. But there we go. Like I say, not going to say anything myself because they are ban happy, but yeah, it's their own damn fault. It's a good looking plane, no matter what angle you look at this aircraft. It looks really good. It looks really good. I love it. Like every angle of this aircraft is just screenshot worthy. Amazing. Also, Cobalt, I watched your video of the wing lights. Are they not on? I swear I switched my wing lights on. Yeah, I did. Wing lights are on, man. We're all good. We are all good. We are all good. Don't know why they're not showing up, but hey. Wing lights are technically on. Yeah, they are. They're those are wing lights, right? Wing lights. Ah, they should be off. Fine. Apologies, man. I just I don't really I don't know. I don't really take it like in-depth, serious enough to know which lights to switch on and off when. There we go, man. Only putting them and actively searching for ice. I have learned something today. Cool. Yeah, what I do is literally I switch the lights on. Once I'm in the air, I switch the lights on, and if it's dark, I put my landing lights on. And that's the long and the short of it. Like all the other aircraft systems, you know, I follow the flows. I think I do the right things at the right times, but with the lights, yeah, honestly, hold my hands up. I just switch them on. And like I say, put landing lights on if it's dark and I need to see where I'm going. But fair enough. I will. I'll keep that in mind, and I will keep my wing lights on. It's cool. Like when we descend, am I going to remember to put the landing lights on? Who knows? Who knows, man? We'll do everything else. We'll do the announcements. We'll do the seatbelt sign. But yeah, whether or not I'll remember the landing lights, I have no idea. Yeah, you know, it's a hobby, man. It's fun. It's all good. I'm sure people will forgive me. As people forgive me those whatever it was, 600 feet per minute landings in the early days. I'm sure people will, and the auto lands. I'm sure people will forgive me. Switching my lights on at the wrong time, hopefully. And there we go. Cool. Beautiful plane. Right, where are we, guys? Oh, we are 9 minutes. We are not far from top of descent now. We are 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes from our top of descent. I'm going to descend because of the limitations of this FMC. It doesn't give you top of descent, but you don't really need it. Just descend. I'll descend once I hit this waypoint here, North 33 West 014. We'll descend down to here. It's all weird. Weather radar works apparently, doesn't it? In this, not that there's any weather to see. There's no storms or anything like that, thankfully. I did fly before I started streaming, Cobalt. You're British, right? You're Northern. Before. Oh, sorry. Explain to me. How can I see TD, Cobalt? Please tell me, man. It's on the vertical situation display. Does it know? But does it appear? Does it actually appear? Are we talking about the little pink dot? Yeah, I'm not sure that appears on this plane. I know it appears on the tow list. Oh yeah, yeah, and also you can see on the display down here you can see yeah, it doesn't though. From what I've noticed, it kind of stays there. P, thank you very much for the subscription, much appreciated. Amazing. I do hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, as far as I've seen. Like the line stays at your current altitude. 50, 40, oh, there we go. We get an alert for your subscription as well. 20, fantastic. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just I've been looking at it. I haven't been looking at it closely enough. Yeah, if it appears on the vertical situation display, then yeah, cool, man. Thank you very much. I'll pay closer attention to it. I know you can see the step descents on it. It does give you the step descents for little boxes, but I didn't think the line. Actually changed, but maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. I haven't flown this enough. Thank you, Cobalt. I appreciate that as well, man. So yeah, as I was saying, with the weather radar thing, you remember those storms we had at the start of this year, like really mad winds. Before I started streaming, I flew through all of those. As far as you can check out with VSI, yeah, it should actually. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you see, yeah, as I thought, man. Actually, we can step through this as well, can't we? Can we step? No, because it doesn't show VSI. Yeah, it shows the boxes. As I was saying, it shows the boxes, sort of the heights you're meant to be at. But I didn't think it actually showed the line until you began your descent. So which is why I always I start my descent at the waypoint before, sort of a lower altitude one. Maybe it's just something to do with loading. Yeah, maybe it's something to do with loading FMS from SimBrief. But yeah, I loaded my FMS from SimBrief and put the step climbs in, and this is what it gives me. So. Yeah, I always just use my waypoints as a guide and follow. You can see it does appear once I start descent. It will appear, and it will show us if we're going to hit these descent points. The line will move, and it does sort of guide us through those descent points. But yeah, maybe where do you get your flight plans from? This is the up-to-date version of the plane as well, so it should, yeah. I mean, you'd think it was consistent, but I guess it just depends. Depends what plans you download and how they configured out the box. either way, not a problem. Not a problem at all. It's Simbrief or Skyvector. Cool. I'll try Skyvector. But yeah, as far as I've seen, FMS from Simbrief does that. But it's all good. You can still fly us down at the correct time, and we'll, you know, it works. It works. Something for V2, I guess. That will come with the SID and STAR implementation, I'd imagine. And as usual, during a 2-hour stream, my voice has started to fall off. Amazing. There we go. So yeah, flying through the storms earlier this year, as I was saying, Cobalt was great fun. Ridiculous 60-70 knot winds. Yeah, awesome, P. Yeah, we are. I do only have 52 at the moment. We've only just started out, man. Kind of trying to grow. I'm trying to stream more often and provide more content and kind of grow the channel. And I'm really new to this, man. But I do appreciate your subscription. Thank you. I do hope I hope you continue to watch and like and enjoy the content. It is much appreciated. Thank you so much, man. We're yeah, who knows? Maybe a couple of hundred by the end of the year. We'll see. I've noticed that growth with YouTube tends to be exponential. So, like, you start off really slow. Yeah, he made a video in the storms. 737 at Heathrow in the middle of it. Yeah, it was crazy. I did. Nah, whatever. Yeah, I did Cardiff, where I live. I did Cardiff. I did Glasgow, I think, because I was trying out new scenery at the time. Cardiff, Glasgow, East Midlands, Leeds, all the places that were getting absolutely hammered with the storms. So yeah, it was good fun. Actually, the clip at the start of my stream, so that 737 coming in the storm sideways, that was landing during those storms at Cardiff Airport. It was great. I almost wish the weather was this bad for the streams. You know, winter's going to be great. All the winds, all the crazy weather out there, especially if we're doing general aviation. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be good. Looking forward to it. So I did used to live near London Cobalt. I used to live in Watford. Used to work in London a lot. Used to live in Watford. So yeah, I'm originally from Essex. I'm an Essex boy and sort of London commuter at heart, for sure. I swear I heard a northern accent on your video. But yeah, A350 Heathrow to Cardiff. 350s are planned to be maintained there. These are the Qatari ones. Aren't Qatari flying A350 to Cardiff? I know they've started flying stuff out of Cardiff. I'd imagine they all go to Doha and then somewhere else, right? But yeah, that'd be really cool. If we get 350s at Cardiff, I might have to go down and watch some. I'm not really into plane spotting or even, you know. Ah, cool, man. It was your friend. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not really like a traditional sort of av geek. You know, I like flight simming because it's relaxing. I like learning the systems. I like teaching people how to fly stuff because I'm a teacher. But yeah, I'm not like your typical av geek. Wouldn't go plane spotting around like that. But A350 for the first and 787 for the actual flights. Cool. I think, yeah, if I'm passing through, it might be worth popping by and seeing some 787s and stuff. Cool. Let me just pop this headset back on. It's the only thing with a cheap headset. Sounds great, but it's really uncomfortable on my ears after a while. There we go. I think it's really cool that Qatar are flying sort of long haul from Cardiff, but I am right in that it's all via Doha, I would guess. in the same way that KLM fly from Cardiff, but everything is via Schiphol. You know, like when you try and fly from Cardiff, it's the most awkward thing ever. I grew up near Stansted Airport, so like from Stansted you can get anywhere at all. But yeah, from Cardiff it's awkward. You want to fly anywhere from Cardiff, you have to go via bloody Amsterdam or Belfast or somewhere. It doesn't really work, especially since they canned the flights to London City as well. Mavro N7, since suspension-based headset is comfortable. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I picked this up. This is okay for this is like £15 off Amazon. It's my first sort of gaming headset. It sounds fine, but yeah, it does get bloody uncomfortable on the ears after a while because it's just cheap rubber and stuff. I'll look that up right now actually. Let me take a look, man. Let me take a look. Mavro N7. Gaming headsets from Amazon, right? Oh, one of those suspension headsets. Yeah, I get what you're on about. Cool. Ah, £23. Sweet, man. Sweet. A microphone with a little tilty thing on it. It's pretty good. Is that what you have? I mean, what do you have at the moment? You use that as well. Cool. All right. I'll add it to my Amazon wishlist, dude. I'll add it to my Amazon wishlist, and like I said, it's only £23, so sure. Amazon's choice as well, apparently. We'll add it to my wishlist. Job done. Cheers, Cobalt. You've been super helpful today, man. Super helpful. Have we just missed our top of descent? Brilliant. Okay, whatever. Got distracted. There we go. Let's descend. So now you can see. Now you can see that on our situation display, we get the line. So if we pop it all the way out, we can see that now. And it says we're going to meet our descent line. But it's only when I start to descend that it does that. We only missed it by like 2 minutes. It's fine. We'll make it. It's all good. The other thing that I noticed with this, I know, right? I mean, look, man, look. I'm a small stream, right? I'm still growing, so I appreciate people hanging out here with me and hanging out on these flights. It's all good, man. It's good fun. So, yes, the only thing I've noticed with this plane is that you sometimes have to apply the speed brakes to get below 250 knots. Once you're below 10,000. Maybe it's just like a really sort of slippy aircraft, but I've noticed you have to apply speed brakes for your speed reduction below 10,000. Just gonna check the active runway here because it's been changing all day. The active is still 05. Cool. That's fine. So yeah, the plan is descend to 3,900 as per the plan. We'll basically fly left base around the airport. Then once we start our turn back towards final, we'll descend. Start our descent. Descend to about 1,000 feet above the airport and glide it from there. The V2, I'd imagine, will like you won't have to have vectors from ATC to final, or you won't have to kind of vector yourself. So that will be nice when vectors to final are in the flight plans. The A350 is pretty hard to slow. Yeah, has the winglets as well, doesn't it? Slippery body, spoilers are a must. Cool. There we go. The flight model is clearly pretty good there. Cool. Do need to pay attention because the engines are so quiet. Like I don't hear them throttle down for your decel, so I need to pay attention to what the speed, what the aircraft wants, because it manages for decel just fine itself. Need to pay attention to that, so I know when to roll my flaps on, drop gear, that kind of thing. There we go. You see, so it now wants slightly slower airspeed, but I'm not going to put the speed brakes on quite yet. We're not too far off that. Yeah, I'll leave the speed brakes off for now. And yeah, there we go. We'll look at the sea. We'll look at the sea and some clouds for a little bit. So we descend through about 33,000 feet. This is the tiniest cup in the world. I should have taken a bigger mug, more tea. But whatever. It's floaty, add in flare law, and it'll be much easier to touch down. I kind of like the floatiness though. I like the floatiness. I like how easy it is to land, especially if you take it in really shallow. Take it in really shallow, it will just float. I do kind of like that. But as soon as you retard the throttles, it does settle down. So yeah. I find it easier to land with Matolis 319, but I haven't been back to the 319 since I've started flying this, so maybe having learned what I've learned flying this aircraft, maybe it'll make the 319 a bit easier to fly. With the flare, if you wish to keep the flare, you can just turn it off. The Matolis 319 has that option. Just switch off new flare law. Oh, of course, yes. Yeah, that's the difference. That is the difference, man. That is the difference. Turn it off new flare law. Yeah. I think I will switch that off. When I first got, I think by default Matolis comes configured with that turned off, and I found it a really easy airplane to land. Then I switched it on. I don't remember switching it on, but suddenly it became a lot more difficult, and that's the difference. I turned on the new flare law. So yeah, I'll switch that back off in Matolis, and should hopefully get that nice floatiness back. I did wonder if I'd suddenly become crap at flying planes. I was never particularly good, but I did wonder if I'd become crap at flying planes since my landings in Matolis became a lot harder. I mean, I crashed it, for God's sake. I'm going to blame the flare law. I'm going to blame the fact I turned on flare law. I'll switch it off, and touch wood, we'll get some nice floaty landings in it then. Cool, cool. You're just like a font of knowledge, Cobalt. It was offered me a change to one after the first update. Yeah, that'll be it then. Cool. Sweet. So yeah, I'll look forward to maybe we'll take the Matolis out in a few weeks' time then, with that flare law turned off. And I do prefer it without. I do honestly prefer it without. How realistic is that though? How realistic is kind of like the old? Did it have flare law? How realistic is the old flare law compared to the new one? Is it the new one because it's much more realistic? Where are we? We are looking pretty good. 5 minutes. Should hit our descent. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's all good. Cool. Only has the standard flight laws, makes sense. Cool. So how does that compare? Obviously the real Airbus has the flare law stuff, right, by default. Yeah, cool. Fair enough. You see, in my ignorance, I didn't know flare law was only applied to sort of like the auto lands and that kind of thing. I didn't know it actually affected manual landings as well. V1.1 will be bringing more flight modes. Sweet. I know that when Airbus do air shows, they fly it in normal, not normal, alternate, don't they? Direct. Quick background. Sweet, man. I'm up for that. Educate me, sir. Educate me. Jesus, that's a steep descent angle, isn't it? Wow. Wow. Furlough engages at 50 feet and relinquish trim to manual pilot only, makes the side stick have a direct input. Ah, cool. So basically it's essentially direct law, is that right? Pretty much direct or alternate? Because yeah, if it's not trimming for you, then yeah, makes sense. Ah, to have it max 15 degrees a second roll, so it's still restricted, cool. And 10 degrees pitch. Oh, nice, nice. That's really cool, man. It's really cool. So alright, what I will do, what I should do, is learn to fly the 319 with the new flare law. Learn to fly it properly, right? Because then that's much more realistic and representative of a real Airbus. There we go. I just have to brush up my skills, and yeah, I'll just learn to fly. I'll learn to fly the new flare law. Cool. It'll be cool when this gets it though. I mean, yeah, it'll kind of suck not having floatiness, but if it's more realistic, I'm all for it, man. When it engages, it goes direct and lower the nose by 3 degrees over 8 seconds. Makes the pilot pull back, flying straight flying noses. Fail safe to prevent nose first landings. Very cool. Very cool, man. Wow. It's so clever. It is so clever, isn't it? Amazing. I love how Airbus really looks after, kind of babysits for pilots. It's mad. You know, this is where I sit here and say it's impossible to crash an Airbus until I crashed an Airbus. I was so stupid, man. I think it was that time between like switching between the old and new versions or something. Maybe I was expecting it to behave like it used to. I just flared it way too early. Wow, memories. The center point of a side stick back, so the pilot has to put up authority to hit neutral. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Makes sense. It makes sense, Cobalt. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yep. Fly the tow list with it turned on, and when this has the new flare law, I'll fly it with that as well. Cool, man. Cool. I love the way this looks. I love the way this plane looks. It's amazing. Right, 17,000 feet. Go to that view because it's much nicer. 17,000 feet. Once we get close to 10,000, we'll put those speed brakes on. And then once we're heading towards the airport, we'll start flying that left base. I think I can see the islands sort of coming into view here as well. See An Island's coming into view, and it looks like it has ortho scenery, so sweet. There we go. Managed descent, looking good. Wait, it wants us at 3,900 for that waypoint. Seriously? Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we did come in, because we missed that top of descent, we have come in slightly high. But it's fine, it's not a big deal. We have to fly a circuit anyway, so we'll continue in our current descent path. We'll overfly the airport, continue to descend and come round. It's cool. No problem. We're holding 255 knots, looking good, looking good. In fact, you know what? Might as well stick it in open descent here. Down to 3,900. Keep an eye on the displays and the speed brakes. There we are. Just make sure we get it down. Yes, we stick some speed brakes on in flight descent here. Open and slam the spoilers. Yeah, I've put them in. It's called flight detent in Boeing. I don't know what it's called in an Airbus, but I've put them on that. So. Come on, open descent, man. Get that nose down. What are you doing? Oh, because it's turning, isn't it? Okay, cool. Open descent. To about 4,000 feet. Why are we descending so slowly? Jeez. We can go full spoilers. Should we do full spoilers and expedite descent? Descent rate is crap. What are you doing? It also wants to decel here as well, so we'll get the gear down. We'll start putting the flaps up as well. It's going to be a slow descent, but as the aircraft has obviously started to decelerate from the waypoint, down we go. Cool. So the airport should be pretty much just below us. I do want a higher descent rate, I really do. So I'm going to manually set the vertical speed here to about 1,800 feet per minute. Make sure that speed doesn't creep up too much. We've got the flaps up. Just keep an eye on the speed as we come down here. Damn, missed the top of descent and have to open descent manually in VS mode. Fair enough. It's all good. We'll get it down. We'll get it down. In a way, this is helpful because, like I say, we are sort of overflying the airport anyway, so it's fine. Cool. Okay, this is all looking good. It's going to stick the spoilers on. Alright. Ah! This will definitely get us down here, guys, with that nose down attitude. Look at that. Definitely get us down. Also, our cruising altitude was super high, which I'd imagine didn't help with our descent rate. That is quite a pitch, isn't it? Yeah. That's what happens when you want 1800 feet a minute with your flaps and your gear down. But yeah, I mean, look. You miss your TOD, you got to get down. You got to get down, man. V2 will be helpful with its TOD for sure. See if we can grab some scenery here. The pitch almost looks normal like that. Airspeed is looking good, climbing slightly, but nothing to be worried about. Height is good. Height is about 8,000. That's fine. This is all fine. This is all fine. Cool. Just gonna stick it into. Almost, yeah. Just gonna make sure we know where the airport actually is here. Excuse that horrible mouse zooming there. So yeah, the airport's sort of that way. There's your airport. Right there, so I'm gonna take heading mode here. I'm gonna fly out to 270. There we go. Take heading mode to 270, so we'll line up for the runway. There we go. Cool, 6,000 feet, descent's looking good. How far are we from the airport? Less than 10 miles. 7 miles out from the airport. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're not far too high. We are not far too far out. A little bit steep, but well within the limits here. It's all good. Go 5,000 feet. Do need to set these altimeters back in a second. It's been quite a busy landing. It's been. I was not expecting such a busy landing. But there we go. Altimeter 1022. Cool. Once we drop below 5,000 feet, 1022. I'll have to go over there, won't I? Fine, fine. .1022. Altimeter's set. Cool. Through the clouds. Through the clouds we go, guys. Roll off these speed brakes, stick them back to arms. There we go, 3,900 feet at 11 miles from the airport. Cool, I'm going to go out a little bit further, go up to about 15 miles, start the turn, start descent towards the airport now. Okay. Let's Let's see what we can see here, guys. Nice, nice. Beautiful, beautiful clouds. Beautiful clouds. Here we are. Okay. We've got our approach speed is all dialed in. This is all good. This is all good. Lovely. 15 miles, I'll start the turn. And fingers crossed for a smooth landing here, after the slightly more busy approach than usual. Fingers crossed for a half decent landing, eh? Okay, that'll do. What we'll do, I'm going to dial in about 1,300 feet, and we are going to start making a right turn towards the airport here. We'll go out to about 50 degrees, see if we're right heading for the airport. I'm just going to pop that into our open descent. Terrain back on this one. Lovely. Okay, so we'll need to take. I'm going to take. It's going to take 90 degrees in heading mode, and then we're going to fly in left towards the airport. Cool. Very useful having the terrain radar. You don't need a weather radar when there's no weather, but you certainly need a terrain radar. So we've flown past the airport. Pretty much going to fly a circuit back in. Go out. I'm going to go out to about here. Flying at a 90-degree angle, pretend we're intercepting a localizer, turn left across it. Give us lots of time to get that height down, keep us clear of the terrain. Some really nice looking terrain though, really, really nice terrain. I do love these zones photos, all from scenery. There we go. So here we are, guys. 500. Here we are, guys, on approach to Madeira Airport. The winds are sort of 9 knots. They'll be coming in sort of towards us from the right-hand side. Cross your fingers, guys. Hope for a good landing, and here we go. And thank you for bearing with me during this this interesting approach here. Busy approach. There we go.
2,000.
It's fine, it's all good. We're coming in low and shallow. We're going to come in low and shallow. We're going to glide it on. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's really weird on manual, on sort of non-ILS approaches. On visual approaches, I always kind of fly it like a GA aircraft, even if it's an airliner. I'll just get down low and shallow. Fly a circuit, go low and shallow, and then fly her in. Lovely. Flaps. Fiat. Set. It's foggy. It's surprisingly foggy here. I did not expect the weather to be this bad. But there we go. I thought, given the winds, well, yeah, no winds. You can have fog. If you've got fog, you can't have winds. Makes sense, I guess. Makes sense. Yeah, there we go. We can see the runway heading. Just going to keep flying out here. Yeah, there we go. Taking some scenery off the wings while we're making our approach here. If you've just tuned in, we are landing at Madeira Airport, having flown from Gibraltar. We've had to come down. We've done a circuit just past the airport. We're now coming back in towards the runway. Been so busy, I forgot to play my before descent and start descent messages. But we'll play our before landing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We'll get our seatbelts on.
our aircraft will land at the destination airport. For your safety, we ask you to remain seated until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. When preparing to depart, please make sure to take all your personal belongings with you. Attention international travellers, if you are
Okay, start turning left in a minute here, guys.
Signs to international transit area.
Auto brake is set. Auto brake is set to max. So yeah, we're all good. Oh, Buses Games, welcome! We are just about to land our plane. Welcome to the stream. I do hope you enjoy it. There we go, and we'll do our seatbelt announcement. Lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain
Okay,
has turned on the seatbelt
yeah.
sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Actually can't see the airport, it's insane. Cannot see the airport here. Oh, Buses, if you've got any questions, get them in quickly before landing. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The flight has been it's been entertaining for sure. We are still alive, exactly. Whether or not we will be soon, who knows? Fingers crossed. Okay, let me see. Can I see the airports? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. Got it. Lovely. You can go left a little bit more then. Oh, Buses, if you like what you see, please drop us a like. That would be amazing. And if you want to see more, drop us a subscription. That would be awesome, man. Thank you very much. Okay, at what point should we go manual here, guys? I'd say now. I'd say pretty much now. Let's go manual. Autopilot disconnect. Thank you. Okay, let's start flying it now. Alright, I've got it. Cool. Low and shallow, guys. Low and shallow. Get a little bit lower than this actually.
$1,000.
Yeah, we're fine.
Terrain. Terrain.
It's cool, man. We got this. We got this, dude.
Terrain. Terrain. Terrain.
500.
Terrain.
Just tell the traffic.
500.
Terrain. Terrain. Terrain.
100 above.
Terrain.
Fire truck.
300.
Who's on VATSIM as a fire truck? Who does that?
$100 above. 400.
Terrain.
Is that you get?
400.
Terrain.
400.
Thank you, you bastard.
100 above.
Christ.
300.
Jesus Christ, man.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum's landing.
200.
Terrain. Terrain.
920. Retard. 10.
Oh crap, floated it, guys. Floated it. Jesus. Oh, damn it. Oh, floated it. God damn. Well, whatever. We're down. We are down, guys. Whatever.
5,000 feet remaining.
Thank you. We made it. We made it. It's fine. It's fine. Damn.
4,000 remaining.
We had the perfect float. We had the perfect float, and it's got taken by the wind, man. Damn. And my landings were getting so much better as well. Ah well, whatever. We're down. Welcome to Madeira, guys. Welcome to Madeira. As I always say, you can always go around, but whatever. We had a crack. We got it down. It's fine. Okay, so there we are. Hello, fire truck. There we go. So after landing, there we go. After landing, lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you.
But the fire truck is going back to the stand, so it's all good. It's all good. The fire truck is not required, Matt.
For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Brilliant.
Until the captain turns off the fastened seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have parked at the gate and that it
Welcome
is
to Madeira, guys.
Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight.
Where are you parked? Where's the fire truck parked?
Assistance. Please remain in
I
your
was,
seat
I was going to park next to it.
have departed. One of our crew members will be to assist you.
Fair enough,
We
right.
remind you to
Well, I'm going to
visit
park up at the
stand
stand.
terminal to use any electronic devices or to smoke at the
It's all good fun, man. It's all good fun.
on behalf of our
Oh, I always get such beautiful landings in this Airbus. It just took it and we floated the hell out of it and had to kind of slam it down.
Have a nice day.
Hey, we had fun, right, guys? We had fun. We arrived at Madeira. Nobody died. You tipped over your fire truck. There we go. I had a hard landing. You tipped your fire truck. It's all entertaining, man. This is why we do this. We do this for entertainment. Amazing. Well, thank you very much for for being here, man. That's we've had fun. We've had fun, dude. It's been great. Yeah, just the wind just took it. Just took it, man. Such is life. All right. So once our APU has started up, we are at the stand. Welcome. Can we see the fire truck off the cliff somewhere? I think it's the tail of the fire truck. Lovely. Jesus. Let me pop onto Discord for a minute. What have we got here? What do we have while we're waiting for the APU to start? That's fantastic. I can see the fire truck. Oh, brilliant! And that's my landing. Can I get that up to the camera? Will it do it? Who knows? We will see. But we've actually got a fire truck in X-Plane. Crazy. Whatever. It's on the Discord. If anyone wants to see the fire truck, it is on the Discord, and the Discord is right here. So there we go. APU is available. Let's get the APU lead gen. There we go. We can get our engines off here. Watch the engines come off. Lovely. We can start parking up. I just use it because it's useful, man. Just use it because it's genuinely useful for pictures and such. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, we can get our. Let's get all our ground equipment driven up. Let's get our ground power on. Ground power units. I'm going to treasure that photograph, Matt. I'm going to treasure the photograph. That's fantastic. Ground power on. APU can go off. Systems are still on. Brilliant. I didn't mess that up. Good. Cool. Seatbelt signs off. And goodbye message.
We hope you've enjoyed your flight and will return.
Oh, always does. There we are, guys. Why am I seeing Why am I seeing a 737? But anyway, this is the fire truck approaching. Git. Thank you for the company, man. We'll let the fire truck park up. Not that we required a fire truck. Just saying. We'll let the fire truck park up, and oh Christ! Get a screenshot of that. That's going to be hilarious, man. I'll put it at the start of the stream. I'll put the fire truck at the start of the stream. Absolutely spectacular, dude. Absolutely spectacular. Alright, so guys, shall we disconnect from Squawk Box? Thank you, fire truck. Let's disconnect from Squawk Box now. And we'll take in our replay here. I can't believe the bloody wind on that flare. God's sake. Alright, where are we? Are we close to... But hey, we got it down. We got it down, guys. It's all good. Yeah, that'll do. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see, oh, this flare is going to be embarrassing. Oh, it just, you see how it just, Christ. Oh, brilliant, lovely, thank you for a picture, it's amazing. Ooh, see that wing flex, that was a hard one, guys. Like, I put a normal flare on, I put my normal amount of flare, but it just took it. Maybe we could have gone around, but whatever, we're down. I just had to pitch the nose down. Yeah, look at that, look at that. As soon as I flare it, just bloody... And then obviously pitching it down. Just avoiding a nose first landing. It's entertaining, guys. How I managed to smack down an aircraft at 700 feet a minute, but bloody floats all the time. I have no idea, but that's the conditions, guys. The conditions are not always your friends.
100 above.
Here we go.
Minimum.
I was coming in so straight and level, man.
200.
But we had fun. We had fun, guys.
920. 10.
It's fine,
10.
fine, fine, and then this bloody float. Damn it.
10.
Some good. That is some good wing flex, guys. Honestly, I would have preferred a crosswind than that bloody headwind. I really would have preferred a crosswind. Crosswinds are easier to deal with than headwinds that suddenly scoop you up 10 feet in the air. But there we go. The passengers are still applauding, guys. Nobody else is, but the passengers are still applauding. Lovely. Alright. I believe, so the aircraft has been shut down, ground power's on. We are all good. I believe that will do us for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for your company, for the entertainment. We all had a good time. I really enjoyed that, guys. I will be back, and thank you for the likes and subs as well. Of course, I will be back back on Friday. Back on Friday at 1 PM UTC, and I believe, let me double check, but I believe, guys, we're flying a helicopter next week. We're flying a helicopter, not next week, we're flying a helicopter next stream. We're flying a helicopter on Friday, 1 PM UTC. Thank you, Cobalt. Thank you, guys. And remember, you can always go around. Take care.